Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 21 of my 1.5 versus 6 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against a team of 6 Emperor AI, although I did begin the game with an AI teammate set to Lord difficulty. In this series, I'm playing as the Goblin Rogue, Gnulsa Nightstar. In our last episode, we actually uncovered the entire map, and you can see that here. So we finished one of the final research options for the Explorer specialization, and you can see here that we can actually see the entire map, and importantly, we can see where the throne cities of all of our opponents are. So you can see we've got Ticonda up here, Rabia Est we already had our sights set on, we've got Slotor and Necras over here, and I think last time we kind of deduced that these are probably the throne cities of the two archdruids that we're up against. You can see we've got Galen up here on the very kind of tippy top of the map, and then if we hop underground, you can see that Ambrudor is the final throne city that is actually underground. So 5 of them are above ground and 1 of them is underground, and of course none in the Shadow Realm. So now that we know where all of our opponents' throne cities are, we're going to be sort of making a plan to try to, maybe I could call it Operation Headhunter, and we're going to go for the throne cities and try to, kind of just deal a really, a series of really devastating strikes. But before we get into this episode, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Insert Username. Insert pointed out that I should probably, at this stage, kind of not worry so much about getting Poison Mastery up and running or things like Treasure Rating. These spells that I've been able to keep active most of the game, they've been really helpful in kind of getting me to where I am, but at the stage that I'm at, they're really less important. That's not to say that they aren't useful, but at this stage, I now have access to 2 very powerful summonable units. That being I have, and we can just go in and look here. If I open the spellbook, you can see that we have an Earth Elemental and a Spirit Elemental. So between the 2, we have 2 extremely powerful summonable units that actually can kind of augment our Shadow Stalkers that we're already able to produce. So what Insert is proposing is that I probably shouldn't worry about Poison Mastery or things like Treasure Rating and some of these other spells that I have up and running. They keep being dispelled by my opponents, as you can literally see right here. Edward Portsmouth just got rid of Treasure Rating. And on top of that, if they keep getting dispelled, there's actually a 5% chance every time that happens that it will be a critical dispel, which will zap all of my casting points for the turn and deal some damage to Gnulsa. So that is a bit of a risk, and I'm kind of fighting what would be sort of a losing battle and trying to keep these up and running because I've got obviously 6 opponents who can easily disjunct them. So really good point there from Insert. Insert also mentioned, again, that I do have these excellent summons as I just went over. So, yeah, let's just do those, and we can just amass a powerful army. And if we do eventually need to get these up and running, we can do that. But for now, let's focus on summoning extra units. And I really like that. So big, really, really good points there from Insert. The next comment's here from Civ5 Addict. Civ5 Addict actually agreed with what Insert had said, that I should probably just focus on summoning these really good units and not worry so much about these kind of less powerful spells that I can have up and running. Really, it's kind of only the end game spell that's really worth even considering. So in terms of like the real importance of keeping it up and running at this point in the game. Again, I'm very happy that I had these running most of the game, though, up to this point, because they've been extremely useful, especially some of the economic boosting ones like Treasure Rating, because as you can see here, we're just rolling in cash. Civ5 Addict also pointed out that there was a situation last episode where I was wondering why my builder had lost movement here. We've already flipped the turnover, but this builder had, I believe it was after this battle, I had done an auto combat, and then as soon as the battle was over, I noticed that the builder didn't have any movement left. And it turns out, and this actually makes a ton of sense, what Civ5 Addict is suggesting happened is that during the auto combat, the builder actually retreated from battle, and that's why it lost all its movement. And that's really the only thing I can think to explain what I saw. So that makes total sense, and a big thank you to Civ5 Addict for pointing that out. All right, let's dive into the episode. As always, though, a big thank you to everybody for the excellent comments and suggestions. All right, So we had a number of things left to do this turn that we were still kind of waiting to deal with here before we, when we left off last time, I should say. So Benifs is now able to advance in towards the Throne City, as can Volinara here, you can see. So I think we're going to want to sort of keep everybody kind of together. So let's use the Shadow Stalker as a little bit of a scout here. Okay. And then how far can we go? So with this unit, we can go kind of up that way. Oh, and look at this. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, Reynald is actually there to defend his throne. And of course, now he's brought in reinforcements. He's got a Nomad Rock. This is a tier 3 cavalry unit. I'm guessing this is probably like the Nomad, kind of the racial tier 3 unit that they get. So it looks like it is... Oh, and look at this. It's got some really interesting things here. Inflict morale break. Okay, so each hit will inflict a minus 50 to morale. Morale justification. Morale balance takes advantage of the positive harmonies in its targets. Enemy target units with higher morale will take more damage for each hit. Wow. Keenan's will. Keenan's expectations on his successor was never to hurt the weaker ones. Enemy target units with lower morale will take less, so -1 physical damage for each hit. Interesting. Malice. So it looks like with this one, enemy target units with higher morale... Oh, so basically my units having high morale will mean they'll take more damage. So I'll have to be very careful. Moral decayment. Undead units can be affected by moral... Wow. Holy, so you can... This can actually inflict morale break on undead units. That's interesting. Units that are either awakened, blessed, or inspired may lose their advantage. Wow, okay. So this unit basically is like a giant debuff unit that will make your units really unhappy. And it has flaming charge as well. Very interesting. Okay. So we got 2 of those. We've got a High Elf Griffin Rider, a High Elf Mounted Archer that will have Longbow, which is scary. And then just a irregular Nomad unit along with a Nomad Phalanx. So yeah, we've got our work cut out for us there. But let's see if we can get Volinara in there as far as we can. We'll kind of go like this. All right, there's Volinara. She's kind of gone as far as she can. And then, yeah, we can move these units in as well. Excellent. All right, so next turn, we're going to be able to bring the heat here and hopefully lay siege to Reynald's throne. Oh, that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, let's see here. We've had nothing but... These are all just join offers, so nothing too crazy there. Lots of Shadow Stalkers finished. Another Succubus, of course. Ooh, and Cinerez has finished that cavalry, which is excellent because now we can actually mount a little bit of an army here and send them off to maybe start putting in some work. And, of course, I'm going to continue to make units to try to add into that stack. Let's maybe make another caster for a bit of additional healing there. Now, what should I do with this undead group? That's the question. We could go and try and clear out that spawning structure. That would probably be not a terrible idea. There we go. And then with our hero down here, we have Zhang the Hellspawn, who is now level 7. And as such, I believe we're going to just send Zhang up this way to basically try and clear out this tomb and see if maybe we can recruit ourselves a powerful undead unit out of here, because that would be very good for us. We have some other units underground here. Nice, and we're able to actually add in this Spirit Elemental to help maintain these 2 Shadow Stalkers. And this stack can just kind of clear everything in their wake here. So, let's kind of do that. I'm sending them down to start bringing additional cities in as vassals, or to just take them over, kind of whatever I need. And let's see, where does this go if I jump back up? Okay, so that's right on this island. So I think we've kind of cleared out... Oh, you know what? We should actually go get rid of this Haunted Boneyard while we're in the area. Maybe we'll grab this city and then turn around and come back up and try and clear that out. Reason being, it can, you know, potentially threaten some of our cities. That said, you know, it hasn't really caused me any problems so far, and you think it would have by now. Although that might be a bad way to think about it. Yeah, and you know, depending on how strong it is, we might actually have some trouble with it, with what we've kind of got here. Just kind of looking around at what else. There's a giant dwelling over here. Yeah, so I think if we were to divert and clear this out, we'd probably still want to come down and try and grab these orc cities here to try to incorporate them. All right, well, first things first, you know what? Let's take a healing opportunity here. And what we'll do is we'll move the whole stack. We'll do this battle, and I'll do it manually just so I can do a bit of healing here. Ouch, that weaken. All right, well, I'm going to keep my Spirit Elemental back, that's for sure. All right, so we'll throw on Iron Heart there for the health and the buff that it provides. Move the Shadow Stalker in there. This one over here. Oof, one hit those Swarm Darters. Devastating. And we killed off the Blight Doctor as well, so now it's just the Butcher. Attacked once and got frozen. That's hilarious. Both Shadow Stalkers are already quite experienced, as you can see. I think if we get the kill with this one, it might actually level up again. So maybe what we'll do, though, is we'll try and get a little bit of extra experience with our Spirit Elemental here. There we go. And then, yeah, let's just do this. Perfect. There's a level up. Very nice for us there. And we got some Dwarven race governance experience, which isn't so bad either. All right, so now the question is, do we want to maybe... Well, let's at least go up that direction and see what we can see. Ooh, okay. I think we can probably handle this. So let's do it. We'll clear this out. It's saying closely matched, but I think we'll be fine. Our Spirit Elemental can inflict quite a bit of damage to these units because of the Spirit weakness of the Undead. So, yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll take our Spirit Elemental and buff this Shadow Stalker. Meanwhile, we can send the other two in. Of course, we have to be kind of careful because we can take a little bit of damage here if we're not careful. But we can just send our Shadow Stalkers in kind of aggressively there. And then we can move our Spirit Elemental up next turn. Yeah, there we go. All right, no problem there. We were able to handle that without too much issue. Ooh, and look at this. We can blast the Carrion Bird, so let's do that. Ooh, not quite the kill. I was really hoping that would get the kill. So that Carrion Bird's in rough shape. But might be better to actually kill the Wraith King, who's a little bit maybe more threatening. So let's do that. Perfect. Ouch, and our Spirit Elemental really took a beating. But thankfully, we should be able to rescue the unit. Very nice. That worked out extremely well. So, and we have to be careful, of course, because the Spirit Elemental does have Blight weakness, which is the thing I was a little bit concerned about. Another level up here, actually, for all of our units, so that's great. Darkbringer Gemstone and Trident of the Queen's Guard. First Strike Polearm and some extra fire and spirit damage. You know, that's a pretty good melee item. I think I'll take it just for that, and then I'll probably just sell the jewel. So now let's jump to our heroes. I know at least one of our heroes, and I'm thinking it's Beneath's, has kind of a weak melee weapon, but I can't remember offhand. Let's see. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought. So Beneath's has a fairly weak melee weapon. Nero's is decent. Oh, Gnulsa has a really weak one as well. Zhang's is alright, but nothing special. Volinara could also use... Okay, so a lot of our heroes... Although Volinara is getting one fairly soon, so... equip that mount when it gets there as well. So I probably Beneath's would be the one who might benefit from this. Either that or Gnulsa herself. So let's jump back to where we grabbed that item. And you know what? We can actually send it to Gnulsa really quickly. Only 3 turns for Gnulsa, so let's do Gnulsa. And same for the jewel item. We can give that to her, and she can just sell it immediately. All right, so that provides us just a little bit more protection. And, ooh, and look at this. We've got a city here that's going to become our vassal, hopefully in 1 turn. So now with this stack, I think we want to maybe turn around and head back down and see if we can recruit some of these additional cities. There's also some bandits over here that might need to be killed off, but I think for now we're gonna head back this way. Very nice. Okay, let's see. Gnulsa we can keep maneuvering with, along with our kind of hodgepodge stack that's moving into assist. We'll move in there. Now, we could clear out this tomb if we really wanted, but I'm actually kind of inclined to just start attacking Olarmian if possible. Assuming, of course, that we're strong enough to do so. Because that's not a guarantee by any stretch. Alright, so we'll move over and let's see what we can see. Oh boy, he's got a decently well-defended city here. A lot of mounted archers. Holy, yeah, he's got a pretty solid stack of units there to provide some defense for his city. So, well, that's good to know. So we're going to probably need reinforcements if we're going to try in earnest to take the city. So instead, what we might do is start clearing out some of these structures and see if we can recruit some extra units while we're at it. This is also where summoning extra units is going to help us out, I think. So yeah, I think I'm going to actually divert from Poison Mastery. And I'm going to switch over to either an Earth or a Spirit Elemental. I think I'll go Earth Elemental. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, lots of Shadow Stalkers and Succubi produced, as I said before. We also had an Assassin that we were able to make. So now this stack will hopefully be able to get in there and kill off these undead finally to free this city from kind of the threat. The only thing, obviously, is the undead are kind of tough customers because we have predominantly a lot of blight damage, which isn't really going to help us against the undead. I think I'm going to do auto combat, even though I'm probably going to lose a few units. Yeah, okay, so we only lost one, the one goblin half-breed. That's totally fine. Sell that for some gold. Orb of Eternal Cold, that's a fairly... Well, it's a jewel item that we really don't need at this point. Alright, so now Bebjun is kind of free to do a little more here, perhaps. You know what, we can head down and start clearing things out. Although this battle I might want to do manually. And we'll use our Assassin who has more movement. Okay, excellent. I was hoping they would kind of attack us, so saving us the trouble. That's always nice. You know what? I'm just going to attack. Ooh, and of course Lucky kicks in. Yikes. Our half-breed can tank some of the damage here. Okay. Yeah, now not having a lot of range damage is going to make this kind of tough for us, but let's see if we could attack the skewer here and then probably kill them with the half-breeds. You know what? Let's advance just a bit. Oh, and we just outright killed them. That's even better. Now, I'm a little concerned about the attack here from the adventurer, but what we'll do is we'll step up with the assassin and do our assassin strike. Excellent. And then can we... Okay, we could attack twice. So what we'll do is we'll go like this. Excellent. And then we'll do one more attack here. And ooh, but we only have 8 health. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate because, of course, the target has first strike. Maybe we'll hold off on that. Oh, you know what? We can do this. There we go. Okay, there, now we got the kill. But yeah, I'm a little worried that we might get killed by this adventurer, but let's see what happens. Okay, no, they just killed off my half-breed. Annoying, but oh well. Now a situation here, we could try for a charm, perhaps. Let's see, what are our odds? Oh, and of course they got lucky. Of course. And I think our bard is in some danger now. Oh, thankfully still alive, but barely. Alright, we'll step up behind here and just get the kill. Excellent. Ooh, and look at that. Extra gold income there. That's great. Red Monkey, I'll take that just to have a extra unit for this group here. That'll help our bard, actually. Very nice. Okay. So now in Beb Jun, we could probably start working on maybe kind of just improving the city a little bit. Alternatively, we could go for a planar gate and then get ourselves Shadow Stalkers down here, which would be also pretty useful. Just looking at kind of what our options are. Production-wise, it would be great to get this to over 100, because obviously that's going to give us, you know, that would speed this up to 2 turns only. You know what, in the meantime here, let's just do a laboratory. Although, you know, that's really not very efficient now that I look at it. We'll do a Master's Guild. We'll suck it up. We'll get it done, and then we'll have plenty of production there. Things will go faster. For a research choice here, you know, additional casting points really is kind of what I think I'm going to just go after for another turn or two here. And then maybe we'll grab Cruel Backstab as well. But let's do more casting points here, because we want to be able to summon lots of these extra units. So, all right, let's take a look at what else we've got. Ding has produced a Master's Guild. That's excellent, which means now Ding can start producing some very powerful galleons, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So, and again, we're going to get the benefit of the Flowrock Citadel, which we already have, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there it is. So now we can make some excellent boats that are going to be very, very strong. Pamphlet has produced another Succubus. That's good for us. Succubus can... We'll actually send the Succubus over this way. Now, the question as well is going to be, can we maybe reinforce Gnulsa underground in her fight that's kind of upcoming against Larmian? Because I kind of think we might have to, honestly. We'll send these two over and see if we can maybe try on this battle now for this Lost City. Let's see. Closely matched. Okay, so we've got 4 Shadow Stalkers and a Priest. And we're going to be fighting against this... the Glutton is probably the scariest unit. Not to mention then we've got the Feathered Serpent and then a bunch of Naga units. We could wait one more turn and produce maybe an additional unit, like maybe another Priest or something. Or a Bard to help us out and try for a Charm or something like that. Rather than risking it on this turn. Oh, that's our Settler that's moving up this way. I almost forgot. You can grab that Shrine to the Fickle Mermaid, actually. I'm procrastinating that decision while I'm playing around here. I think we were sending the Settler up over to this island over here. We're going to probably make the city somewhere kind of in this area. What I'm sort of thinking. Although, you know, even putting it over here where we've got this Heart of the Blight wouldn't be so bad. Extra casting points and all. Okay. Yeah, decision time. So, again, 4 Shadow Stalkers and a Priest against Glutton, Feathered Serpent, and 4 Tier 2 Nagas. Now, importantly here, the Nagas do mostly physical, it looks like. But they have frost weakness. And our Shadow Stalkers do quite a lot of frost damage, which I think is going to be the thing that's going to help us out here. Same goes for the Glutton. The Glutton also has a chance to swallow whole, but I believe that our elemental units are actually going to be immune to that. Although I'm not 100% sure about that. This is kind of a tough call. But you know what? I think I'm going to do it. I'm hoping I'll be okay here. Again, maybe I should have waited for backup, but what we'll do here is we'll throw on Bestow Iron Heart onto one of our Shadow Stalkers. And that unit will kind of be one of our upfront fighters here. And we're going to keep our priest kind of back because obviously the priest is kind of squishy. Just kind of positioning myself so that I can have units move in and try to help out if need be. Okay, there we go. Try to taunt. Thankfully it failed. Oh my gosh. Just obliterating these Naga units with that frost damage. Holy cow. Yeah, I was worried about this battle. There's one kill. I mean, again, it was good to be cautious, but yeah, we are just devastated. Oh my goodness, these Shadow Stalkers are just absolute monsters against these Naga here. You know what? Let's Shadow Step in behind here like this, and flank and almost outright kill that Feathered Serpent. Wow. Meanwhile, we can kill this Slither off. There we go. Okay, and that's going to do it. Now, as long as the Glutton doesn't kill us... Oh yeah, barely did anything to us. We're fine. We can kill the Feathered Serpent with the Priest. And now everybody can just gang up on the big boy over here. So we'll move in like this. Do a backstab attack. Oh yeah, we can just backstab galore here. Excellent. Yeah, that was actually relatively easy, that battle. So... Oh, and look at this. Okay, we've got Staff of Divine Vengeance. So this gives you access to Divine Vengeance. It's a usable item, so we don't have to equip it as a weapon. That's pretty solid. It's basically just a giant, like, you know, orbital bombardment sort of ability. You can see here, lays waste to an entire area by divine power. Every unit in a 4-hex radius around this unit takes damage from Divine Vengeance. Devout and blinded units are immune. And we've got, wow, the Stone Dwarf Guard. Shield, +3 defense, and Defender. That's, well, that's a beefy shield, that's for sure. I'm going to take these rewards. And then we're going to look at who would benefit the most from having the extra defense there. Beneath's already has boost to range damage, and that's pretty good with stun. Nero's got a really good shield in the sun shield there. So does Gnulsa. Zhang, well, Zhang has also a very good shield. Volinara's is also pretty good. Static shield is quite decent. You know what? I think I'm going to give it to Beneath's. Because even though the extra range damage is nice... Just trying to remember now, where was that? That was right by Edinburgh. There it is. Even though that extra range damage is nice, it's not necessarily that important, because really the bigger issue isn't doing the damage, it's getting the stun. That's the more critical aspect of that. And then as for who gets the Divine Vengeance here... I think Beneath's maybe would be the right choice, because Beneath's has regrowth and is probably more likely to kind of get right up in there in combat than any of my other units, so I think we'll give it to her. Although, that said, Volinara has Resurgence. So you know what? Maybe Volinara could benefit more. So let's go back to Edinburgh here. I always forget kind of where I was. If it's not a one right nearby, I forget where the items were. Yeah, we'll give this to Volinara. Okay, what else we got here? So we've got some galleons that are... Ooh, and look at this. We've got some other boats that need to be dealt with. So let's move over and do that. And this is going to be kind of a risky battle for us, actually, because we're at low health here. So we're going to have to be careful because we're going to probably take a cannon shot here. All right. Ooh, and we took some hefty fire damage there as well. All right, I'm going to retreat back. Oh, dang, and of course I misclicked yet again. Boy, that's, I got to be really careful when I'm trying to initiate that cannon shot. Nice, okay, and we killed off. Now the problem is this unit's probably going to get hit by the fire barrage there from this galleon. So that's kind of a shame. But we can do some damage. Yeah, and that was all because of that misclick. Okay, thankfully we survived it, although barely, as you can see. Ooh, nice, and we can return the favor here. Perfect. So we're still alive, and we're going to head over and meet up with that builder, of course, who's going to try and keep our galleons here in good shape. And they could really use it, because you can see they've taken quite a beating. We'll head over here. We'll clear out these mermaids and get our movement, and then we'll meet up with the builder who's waiting for us right over here. All right. Other Shadow Stalkers. Skorald has produced its first Shadow Stalker. Excellent. And now we can start kind of clearing out structures around here now that we've got the heavy artillery in the form of this guy. So, why don't we start with this destruction node? And we might want to leave up the prospector there just in case a unit attacks, because I do remember there being roaming units in the vicinity. So maybe we'll leave the prospector behind. Head over to the mountains here. And then let's engage this battle. Yeah, we should be all right. We're going to be cursed, of course, which is annoying, but... I think our Shadow Stalker will be able to carry us through to victory. Shield Bearer is no slouch as well. Oh, nice, and we got the freeze off. That's perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to step over and attack the Prowler here, I think. Oh, and we straight up killed the Prowler. That's excellent. Attack the Berserker here, and then we can use our defensive strike. Oh, get the kill and be in defense mode. Excellent work. Nice, and they went after my defender, which was able to survive, thank goodness. And then with the Shadow Stalker, we'll step over and just get the kill. And a nice level up there for us. All right, excellent work there. And then, you know what, we can regroup at the city here. And we can start thinking about maybe going over here and clearing out this Spring of Life. Of course, we'll have to deal with that Dire Bear, who's a bit of a tough customer, but I think we'd be all right. And we've got some other units here kind of moving in. You know what, let's just take a quick peek at how well defended this city is. Ooh, I don't really want to get that far in there, though. My vision range isn't quite good enough. Yeah, we'll keep the Shadow Stalker in the water, I think. Although I guess we could kind of move in like this and just see if we stay in the water. I think it's probably smarter, though. I don't want to take that risk. And we'll head over there. Okay. Yeah, this is really exciting, having this army right on the cusp here of attacking. That's going to be... Ooh, I can't even wait. So let's finish up the turn here, and then we can get to that. So we'll just keep doing Succubi in Pamphlet, because that's actually been working pretty well for us. Edinburgh, I think we'll just do another Shadow Stalker because we can. Over to Kenton now. Kenton, I think we were thinking about maybe doing galleons. We've got the harbor there now, of course. That said, we've got an imminent threat here from Olarmian. So, might be better to actually just make some kind of basic units here. Why don't we do... Looking at what our options are. We could do a human cavalry. That's probably... Actually, let's do a human outrider. The outrider does have a kind of a irregular sort of style ranged attack and can still get promoted into a knight eventually if we get enough experience. Back to Squirreled. We've now got the Shadow Stalker, so maybe we do a Bard just so we have the ability to charm. It's not the worst idea in the world. Yeah, Beniefs is good. This group we had moving over to deal with the trading post over here. So let's do that. You know what? I think we'll try this one in auto combat. I'm a little concerned we might lose a unit or two, but I think we'll be fine. Oh, and literally as I say that, Priest and the Boar just get obliterated. Again, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Ooh, look at this. Steel Panther armor. +1 defense and martial arts. And you know what? We have some headgear here, and I believe one of our heroes is actually currently missing headgear. I think that's Volinara, if I'm not mistaken. Let's double check. Yeah, so she's currently missing headgear. So this obviously isn't great headgear, but it's better than nothing. Where were we? Right here. You know what? It's not the worst thing ever that the priest died. I was going to split these Shadow Stalkers off anyway right away, so just annoying. Because, again, you know, I was trying to kind of save some time with auto combat. Alright, so that cap will arrive. We can equip that so that when it gets there, it's ready to be worn. Now, let's see if anybody needs torso gear. So, looks like everybody's got at least something. That said, the torso gear currently worn by Volinara, I think the other one would be better for her. It would also give her martial arts, which is very powerful. And since she does have resurgence, we might be sending her in kind of aggressively anyway, so. Ooh, you know what? We could go and clear out these pirates' nests maybe with our Shadow Stalkers. Let's see if maybe we can do that. We'll have to be a little bit careful. Ooh, and of course there's some boats, so yeah, that's not ideal. And of course our Shadow Stalkers aren't going to be very well equipped to fight those boats, so... Ooh, that didn't turn out so well for me. With this little guy, I think maybe we'll just start retreating back this way. And our builder can just hang out while he's waiting for those galleons to come over and help. Oh, and of course, and look where this unit decided to go. Right next to the other ones, which is going to make this almost impossible to win that battle. So we're not going to be able to do that this turn. What I'll do, though, is I'll park nearby and force them to come and hopefully attack me. Alright, we've got our wyverns here, and they need to do something in the Shadow Realm. So... suppose we could try and win some battles with them, but I don't really want to take that risk. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually retreat them back. We might even have them come through the Shadow Gate over here. I think that's probably what we'll do. We'll go through the Shadow Gate, and then we'll bring them into the fight kind of on the surface. Ooh, and look at this. We can grab some gold. And, of course, we've got roaming units here that we need to try and run away from. Now, as for Nero... he's right here. We're going to probably try and clear out as much as we can with Nero over in this region. We can clear out this spawning structure just to, you know, save us the hassle of it. So we'll move over and do this. We have to be a little bit careful as we have taken a fair amount of damage with Nero's stack. We're still a little bit light on healing, unfortunately. So what we'll do is drop a heal on the Shock Serpent. And we'll actually charge in and go for the Wisp here. There we go. Okay, going after Nero, that's fine. Wisps are going after the Shock Serpent, which is also fine, as Shock Serpent is resistant to their shock damage, of course. As for Nero here, we do a Pounce, I suppose, if we really wanted here. There's a Pounce. A little bit of damage there. There's charge damage there, and then the Banshee can come in for the kill. Perfect. That takes care of that that battle. We actually had a promotion here, Champion 3 for our Pony Rider there, which is kind of nice. Okay, here we go. We can try and Ghoul Curse maybe one of these units if we really want. Maybe the Infused or the Archer wouldn't be so bad. We don't really have any range damage in this stack besides Nero, so definitely wouldn't mind getting access to that. Ooh, and they're going to run. I'm actually going to do this battle because, like I just said, I would actually like to try to get an extra unit for the stack right now. Alright, so we're going to use our Banshee here to do what the Banshee does best, which is Scream. Looks like we were able to get a Despair on all of them, actually. Okay, that's good. So that's going to make it easier for us to inflict Ghoul Curse. As you can see here, 54% chance to inflict, 66% chance over here. I think what we'll do is we'll actually move in and attack the pikemen. They're kind of the biggest threat to our hero. And then what we'll do is we'll pounce on the Arcane Archer. Nice, we got a Ghoul Curse there. And then might be worth waiting for this unit to not be in defense mode, actually, if we're going to try for the Ghoul Curse. That said, I don't really want them flanking my Shock Serpent, so I think we'll just throw the War Cry on and go and engage them. And we got lucky and managed to get it, actually, so that's fine. And yeah, we can charge and do some extra damage. Nice Lucky, protecting us a little bit. Alright, perfect. And that gives us an opportunity to do a heal as well while we're at it. So, we'll heal the Shock Serpent. Ooh, we took a bunch of damage there. That was kind of silly of me. But that's fine. I mean, our hero's going to be able to heal himself. Let's see. Yeah, we can just move in with the Banshee and get the kill. Excellent. Yeah, kind of stupid taking all those attacks of opportunity. I didn't even think of that. But we're getting some gold out of that. And there we go. We've got the 2 extra units now. And we can head up this way. We might want to maybe wait one turn just to heal a little more. And we can't actually make it all the way there, so that's fine. We've got a level up here with Nero. Let's see what we have for options. Necromantic Aura is kind of cool if you're fighting against any undead. If they come and attack Nero, they have a chance to just be brought into control, which is kind of cool. But we're not fighting a ton of undead, really. I mean, we're fighting some, but I think we'll grab Siphon Life as a spell, and then we can start using it to actually heal our units a little bit. So that's what we'll do. We'll grab Siphon Life, because we don't really have a lot of other healing abilities here. So the other option is we go for Scourge of Undead, and we just get extra cat. You know what? Maybe we do that. Let's mainline going for that. We'll grab the Necromancy Upgrade. What I'm eventually planning is that, let's see, are there any Shadow Gates over here? There's one right here, it looks like. Yeah, so if we can make it over here with Nero, that would bring us up above ground, kind of near where the action is. So, you know, that would allow Nero to then maybe go over to Necras. So you can see if we zoom back in. Where was that Shadow Gate? It was right here. So if we come out of this Shadow Gate, we could then cruise over and go for Necras with Nero. And Nero's going to be, obviously, he's already extremely powerful, but by the time he gets there, he's going to be even stronger. So that's kind of my game plan with Nero. Keep him in the Shadow Realm, send him kind of up this way, raid this tomb, clear out as many structures as possible, bring in some extra vassals while he's on the way, clear out more stuff over here, keep on moving, try and bring this one in, and then jump through this Shadow Gate, and we'll go from there. And we did have this ogre who we were able to get as a gift from that vassal. Don't really know what best to do with him. Suppose we could just use him to contact other potential vassal cities, really. So I think what we'll do is we'll send him down south, kind of in the water, and maybe go for this goblin vassal over here. Shadow Stalker here needs to do something. And this is where we actually lost a whole bunch of units last episode. Made a bunch of mistakes. So we're working on getting ourselves a bard. So for now, we'll just send the Shadow Stalker back to the city. He can just hang out. We have our Succubus who can move in to help defend this city, which unfortunately, really not a whole lot we can do there. And I suspect that's just going to get the Succubus killed. But we can at least try and mount a defense there. Yeah, we can't even get this unit over. And unless we were to get some extra casting points, we can't summon anybody this turn. Yeah, we'll move there, I guess, sure. Okay, and we have this stack who's clearing things out on this little island, which is actually working out pretty well for us. So what I want to do with them is go over here and make sure that we clear out the watchtower for extra vision. So let's do that. Very nice. So that just gives us a little bit of extra vision range around here, which is really good for us. And I suppose we could head back down and try and clear out some stuff around here. Boy, look at this island. This would be another good spot to maybe throw up a city eventually. You know, if we can get a settler over there, that would be ideal. All right, so we'll regroup. And then, yeah, we'll head down this way, I think. And this little guy, unfortunately, is going to basically just wither away to nothing. There's not a whole lot he can do at the moment. So we'll go back through the Shadow Gate just because we can, but... Whoops. There we go. I had to click on it a few times. But yeah, he's pretty much toast, so... Meanwhile, this Shadow Stalker was moving in to assist. Not going to be able to get there in time. All right, that's the end of our turn. Let's just take a quick look, though, before we flip it over. Are there any of these join offers that we actually might want to consider, like Imdar's Deep? Where's that? Okay, that's up north. That's definitely a no. I don't think any of the dwellings we're really going to consider. Oh, and you know what? We could bring this into the fold. Oh, you know, okay, hang on. We could demand a tribute. Let me see. Of units. Now, this might save us here if we can get some units out of them. Yeah, let's do it. They're going to be unhappy with us, but we might be able to get some units. So let's accept. So yeah, they're really not pleased with us, but... Oh, excellent. Okay, that's a game changer. Boy, I'm glad I remembered that I could do that. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll group them with the Succubus here. And then we should be able to now defend the city if this Manticore Rider and Phalanx unit decide to attack. Okay, that worked out super well. I'm glad I did that. We could actually bring this dwelling into the fold here. Maybe see if we can get some cool nomadic outlaw units, but... I mean, again, I don't really think we need to, so most of the dwellings I'm just going to ignore. These Draconians, on the other hand, that might actually be worth bringing into the fold. And the reason I say that is because I think we've pretty much cleared all the risky stuff around here. Like, there's no... Just looking around. Yeah, there aren't really any spawning structures or anything like that. I don't think there's any... Ooh, but there is that way underground. Let me check that out. Anything down here that's potentially threatening? Oh, there's this, but I think we'd be fine. too far away, I'm pretty sure. So you know what? Let's do it. We'll bring this into the fold. We can start developing it. So, let's do a builder's hall. Get that going. The rest of these mostly are dwellings. Dwarven one over here. It's kind of off on its own, and there's a spawning structure near it, so we're going to avoid that. Aryan Dar, where's that one? So that's underground. Way up in the north. So again, I think we're going to ignore that one. And we've also got units nearby, so that's going to be a no. Brulgar, same thing. Way off to the north. Boog, same story. Yeah, most of these are not in great spots. Now this one, though, I'm a little more tempted to bring in. Although we've still got spawning structures, so maybe I'll hold off. This one, though, if I can develop it, we've got a dungeon. We could make some really, really nasty orc shock troopers out of here, which wouldn't be such a bad idea. But anyway, I think we'll end the turn there. And we're going to watch our opponent and see what he does. So there's our turn. Oh, I'm just itching to try out this battle, though, let me tell you. Now, it'll be interesting to see if he's able to rally more troops to the defense of his city. I wouldn't be surprised. I know some of my other warlord opponent has Manticore Riders, so it wouldn't be surprising to see Reynald produce some Manticore Riders, but it looks like so far he doesn't have any in the city, which obviously is a good thing for me. Okay, so now our other nomad opponent is going. I wonder what's going to happen, too, with Olarmian here. My guess is that he'll either retreat or maybe target one of my other vassals that aren't as well defended. Because I don't think he's going to go for me now that I've got an army of defenders here. Although maybe he will. I mean, he's got two very powerful units. And I've got, you know, mostly kind of junk here. So, I mean, the Halberdiers are going to be useful against the Manticore Rider because they are pikemen, of course. But really, the Succubus is decent, but not really an upfront fighting unit as it is a support unit. Although we do have Banefire with the Succubus now, thanks to our Dark Pact upgrade. And, of course, the Priest can be used to either heal or buff a unit, but, yeah, I don't know. If I was him, I probably wouldn't try it. Oh, here we go. It's his turn now, so let's see if he decides to give it a shot. My guess is he's going to either retreat or redirect this unit towards one of my other cities. But we'll see. Oh, okay. Well, there's the other option, is bring in reinforcements. Holy, okay, he's got quite the army coming at me here. Yeah, I'm going to need to muster reinforcements myself, that's for sure. Ay. One Manticore Rider and a whole bunch of Axemen. And then 3 Phalanx and a Feathered Serpent. Wow. Alright, well, it's going to be it's going to be a battle for Lington here. Thank goodness at least we have a Shadow Stalker on the way in. And I'll probably summon this Earth Elemental to the defense of the city as well. Thankfully, there's no hero in this stack to make things even more difficult for me. But you can see that Olarmian is quite powerful. And that probably has something to do with the fact that he did kill off Larissa and take some of her cities from her. Although you can see, of course, I have her former throne city, the city of Kenton. All right, right now it is our Goblin Archdruid opponent that is moving. And of course, the two druids are, if we zoom out, as far as I can tell, they're in Slotor and Necras over here, so it's kind of a druid party on the left side. The reason I was able to kind of figure that out is if you look at the cities, we've got a goblin city here, and of course the only opponent I have who's a goblin is Gnarlspin. And then down here, ooh, Army of Gnulsa affected by Sunburst. We'll have to check out where that was. And then if you look over at Necras, it's an orc city, and our only orcish opponent is, of course, Grelka. So, who got sunblasted? None of those units did, as far as I could tell. Actually, maybe this stack. No, I don't. No, they didn't. Well, we'll figure out who that was as soon as it's our turn. Oh, yeah, okay, and it's Reynald's turn here, so what's he doing? Oh, look at this. Okay, he does have a Nomad Manticore Rider now. It looks like he might have summoned a unit. Okay, he summoned a Hellhound, I think. So, yeah, he's actually got pretty decent defenses there. When our poor little scout is under attack, we'll let that happen. Oh, and look at that. It looks like we've completed the Empire Quest Centurion. Now, this is the really, really sad part. I shouldn't have done this. I moved my Shadow Stalkers in a really stupid way. And unfortunately, they're going to be killed off, almost certainly. Ugh. All right, we'll let it go. That really bums me out. Oh, wow! The one managed to survive. We lost one, but the other one is still alive and is a gold medal now. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't want to waste any of my casting points on that battle either because I'm anticipating the siege coming here, so... Okay. Lots of stuff happened here. So, we completed Centurion, which basically means we're the first to have 100 units. All of our units just instantly level up, which is great. So, we're going to do all of our heroes here, and then I think we're going to try out this battle if possible. So, Gnulsa... Okay, yeah, it was Beneath's army that took that hit. So I was just wondering why that Eagle Rider didn't get hurt. Maybe it got lucky on that, and it rolled lucky and didn't take damage. In any case, they've basically almost completely restored their health, which is hilarious. Alright, let's do our hero level ups. So Volanara is now level 6, which means next turn next level up she gets the one that we really want. So for now, we're just gonna save the points. Maybe we grab Lifesteal just as a little extra boost for her there if she gets into melee combat. Beneath's is now level 10, which is very nice. Importantly here, we have 40... we have 40 casting points. That's what I was going to say. Men Magical Being might be the thing we want to grab now. Just to heal our Shadow Stalker unit. Quick Spirit Breaking can be pretty devastating as well. But, yeah, let's grab Men Magical Being. We could also grab Dragon Slayer Party, although that's not really going to help us in this upcoming battle, but... yeah, I think we'll just save the rest of the points. Gnulsa can level up here. Anything really exciting here? Nothing's really jumping out at me. Maybe we'll just buff Gnulsa's health and defense a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Zhang, we can level Zhang up. So Zhang, we are now level 8, which means at level 9, I believe, we get access to Inflict Ghoul Curse, so we're going to save our points. Nero, now level 13. He's really getting powerful. And this is excellent. Keep boosting our casting points here. One more, actually, well, 2 more level ups. We'll have to get a few more casting points and then Scourge of Undead. That's the goal with him. Alright, Domain Invasion. Just those roaming units, we don't have to worry. An item did arrive, and that's the Reaper's Hood, which gives Weakening Breath to Zhang. So that's pretty useful. That might help him with Inflict Ghoul Curse eventually. So we have had an alliance proposal, actually a couple of alliance proposals, which I'm going to accept. 60 gold, absolutely. And then another one over here. Yep, 134 gold. Fantastic. We're really gaining these extra Draconians, which is great. Let's see, any other ones? We did have a Tigran one as well. Oh, yeah, 134 underground, absolutely. Decent-sized city, too, actually. Wow. And some pretty good structures in here. We've got a Low Rock Quarry. We've got Forbidden Sanctum. And then, of course, we've got the Bountiful Melons as well. Not to mention the Lucky Clover Field. Yeah, pretty good setup there. And I think that's going to do it for the alliance proposals. All right. Enough yammering from me. Let's see if maybe we can get to the action here. So, the only thing is going to be embarking. So, I think we're ready to do this. Like, I really think we're strong enough with what we've got here. But it's going to be tough. I mean, he's got some very powerful units, not to mention the walls. And he's got the Sand Tower, which is going to do some damage to us. Sand effects apply Dazzled, and has a chance to inflict Blinded on all enemy units caught in a sand radius hex around a random enemy unit. Wow, that's pretty deadly. So yeah, we're going to want to avoid that. You know what? This is actually going to be a pretty tough battle for me here. I'm substantially less confident than I was previously when I was kind of looking at things. Now that he's moved in some units to kind of assist. That said, let's take a look at our combat spells here. We'll open our spell book. Okay, so in combat, do we have anything that's like really, really powerful? We have Mass Bless, I guess, which isn't bad. Aura of Inspiration. Yeah, that's not bad. The reason I'm thinking about this is because I'm kind of wondering if it's better to maybe summon the unit to help us here. But again, my plan was to actually summon the unit to reinforce this city, so probably hold off on that. Might as well bring our Shadow Stalker up while I was thinking about that city. Ooh, and can we get our cavalry over to help us out? Fortunately, not quite, but we'll at least send them over. Anyway, okay, let's try out this battle. So, Shadow Stalker not going to be able to help us in this one. That's kind of unfortunate. But we can position our stacks here around the city like this. So we'll go here and like this. And then we're going to move Volinara right here. And then move our other stack in like this. Now, I might actually consider juggling a few of these units just to get the benefit of having the heroes buffs on some of these units. So, for example, maybe I move the Saber-Tooth Tiger, the Saber-Tooth Chariot, I should say, down. And then move in one of the Shadow Stalkers here. That way we get, like, protection from light from Volinara, just as an example. You know what? I'm going to do the exact same thing here. I'm actually going to move the Naga out of the stack. And then I'm going to move the Shadow Stalker in. And that way they get just a little bit of extra fire protection here, you can see, from protection from light. And I think that's going to help us in the battle. So what I'm going to do is, before I initiate this battle, because obviously with a extra large map size, things can get a little janky. So I am going to just do a quick save here. Just in case anything crazy happens. We're going to call this 0.5. That way, if if it crashes or something like that, I can always just reload right before the battle and try it again. I'm going to start doing that a little bit more often, just in case, because obviously with the big map sizes, everything's now visible. I'm a little more worried about crashes or anything like that. Although, again, knock on wood, so far, I've been lucky in that regard. All right, so let's do this battle. This will be a good way to end the episode. All right, staying closely matched. Let's do it. This is going to be a really tough one. What scares me is that a lot of these units do fire damage. And Again, our Shadow Stalkers don't really have any protection against fire damage. Now, thankfully, Beniefs has some pretty decent spells, Harmonizing Energy and Sphere of Protection. I'm thinking Sphere of Protection is probably going to be one we're going to try and take advantage of as much as we can. Get our Shadow Stalker in there. Forge Priest actually could buff the Shadow Stalker or the Eagle Rider. I think I'm actually going to do it to the Eagle Rider now that I'm kind of thinking about it. Because the Eagle Rider is already extremely powerful. So that's what we'll do there. Meanwhile, over here, we kind of have a free shot at just getting in there. So let's see if we can take advantage. What we'll do is Earth Elemental can kind of just cruise on up. Shadow Stalker can do that. Throw on a... Oh, and of course we can't do that to the Shadow Stalker. I forgot. Because, of course, it's an elemental unit. So with the Firstborn, we'll go up like this, and then we'll boost the Firstborn, who now has over 100 health, which is great. I should probably spread my units out. I wasn't really doing that. I forgot about this sand tower thing. It's not going to be fun to deal with. Yeah, so Volinar doesn't really have any spells that are going to help me. So Beniefs is going to be the one whom we might be able to do some spell casting with. And of course, we could use Mass Bless if we need to. That's obviously going to give us a pretty big boost there with extra defense, extra resistance, and more morale. But I have a suspicion we'll be okay without it. Although I don't want to lose really that many units in this battle if I can avoid it. Chariot can be kind of a bit of a distraction for us there. I'll keep Beniefs kind of over here. Ooh, and again, I grouped up like an idiot. Warg Rider can do a bit of, again, kind of harassing and distracting, I think. Oh, and of course, I almost forgot about the Succubus, actually. Yeah, you know what? We'll go a little bit further there. And then... I think we're good there. End our turn. Let's see what kind of damage we take here. Okay, used a Dispel. Cavalry just tanking damage. There's that morale effect, so let's check out what that did once the enemy is done moving here. Okay. What is this? Morale Breaker. Inflict a negative -50 morale loss with each strike. Ugh. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, we could go in and attack the Commoner. Not the worst idea in the world here. Move in like this, and then do our Wing Beat here if we really wanted. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of nice. And then with our Forge Priest, we might be able to get the kill. Not quite. What if we step up? Still no. Ugh. Okay. Well, Beniefs can certainly assist with that kill. Yeah, there we go. That's what I should have done all along. Okay, Shadow Stalker's in behind the wall now. The Naga Slither, I think we can actually move up and try to soak up some of the hits from the arrows there. That would be kind of nice. Let's see, Shadow Stalkers can get right in there. Ooh, we can get one in over the wall right here if we really wanted. Puts it at kind of big risk for all these attacks, of course, but let's do it. It's going to probably just take a bunch of ranged attacks, which will be not great, but meanwhile, the Firstborn can start climbing the wall with some kind of protection there. Volinar will just kind of keep in the periphery here. Meanwhile, the Earth Elemental can just kind of move in. Okay, the Succubus now. Let's see, we can throw a curse at Reynald himself. Sure, why not? Naga Guardian can again try and maybe draw some aggro a little bit. Okay, let's end the turn there. Oh, Dazzled. That's really unfortunate. Oh my goodness. Look at the damage we're taking over there. That's not good. Might have to retreat back with our... Nice. Shadow Stalker putting work in. It's exactly what we need to happen. Alright, well, look at this. We can go after the Manticore Rider now. It's in position. Okay, back over here. So, yeah, our Eagle Rider is in really rough shape, so that's probably one we're going to want to retreat back, I'm thinking, at this point. So maybe let's focus on over here and see if we can get ourselves kind of a foothold over on this side of things. Ooh, and look at this. We can go and backstab the hero over here, which wouldn't be the worst plan ever. Yeah, you know what? We'll go here. And then we can teleport like this. Do a nice backstab for some big damage. And then, you know what? Let's use our Earth Elemental and just put some work in on this Manticore Rider because we can here. A little bit of damage. Step up. And, of course, we'll get our Firstborn over the wall. Our Succubus can step on over, help out. Very nice. And look at that. We can probably get the kill right here, I think. Excellent. So that's a hero dead. Nega Guardian can step up like this. The Tigran Chariot can... And what we'll do, the Slither right like this. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to retreat the Eagle Rider completely back. Just don't want to lose him. He's a pretty powerful unit. I think with Beneaths, we're actually going to rotate this way. Just kind of stay out of the main fray there if we can. And then I'm going to keep my Forge Priest over here just to help out the Shadow Stalker, who presumably is going to come under attack. Olinara can start moving over to kind of assist as well. A little bit of damage there. Now, Beneaths could use a healing, harmonizing energy here on the Eagle Rider, which wouldn't be the worst plan. Could also do that over here on the Shadow Stalker that's taken some hits. But I think we'll save it one more turn here. Those Naga are just tanking. I'm glad they didn't die. I was kind of using them since they have regrowth. So you know what? We're actually going to kind of retreat back. They've sort of done their job of taking some hits. Can we turn this unit around? Not quite enough to get a flank, but we can just do some big damage here. Excellent, and get the kill, no problem at all. Okay, what's going on over here? So now, ooh, look at this. We can get a nice backstab on Reynald there, and then follow that up with yet another one. Perfect. Reynald's out of the picture. Now all we have to do is... Oh, and I didn't realize there was a Manticore Rider right there. Yikes. That probably just cost me my Firstborn. That's too bad. Yeah, that's not ideal. We'll step up here, do some flanking damage. That at least allows me to get a flanking hit here with the Firstborn. But, yeah, that's really unfortunate. I didn't even see this unit here. Otherwise, I would have used the Earth Elemental to double team and try to take the unit out. But, alright, so we will step over here and do some hefty damage. Very good. And then we can step in, do a little bit with Volinara, actually. Oh, that's actually not terrible. Pretty good. Succubus can move in here. Ooh, and you know what? We can do a decent amount. We're not going to get the kill, but might be enough to keep the Firstborn alive. Although, this might be where we use Beneaths, actually, and I'm liking this idea. We're going to use Beneaths. We're going to use Harmonizing Energy on the Firstborn. Now we should be fine. But, you know what? We'll use the Succubus just a little bit more, maybe. Just to help out. Yeah, there we go. Now the Naga Guardian, we can start just attacking the gate because we're in the area. Our Charioteer can just hang out. Eagle Rider's going to just stay back. Warg Rider, same story. And that's going to do it. All right. Ooh, our... Ouch, that Succubus just took a ton of damage. Okay, and our Shadow Stalkers are tanking hits. Nice, our Naga are really coming through for us with that regrowth. Very, very nice. So yeah, when they're dazzled, unit cannot retaliate or make any attacks of opportunity, which is really, really unpleasant. I do not like that at all. So we got to bail out the Succubus here, who's obviously in a rough situation. Now we'll step up with the Firstborn here and kill off the Manticore Rider. Exactly what we needed. And then what we'll do is we'll actually do this. And now we have a gold medal cadaver just like that, which is excellent. Okay. Let's see. So now over here, we need to deal with this Nomad Rock. So let's do that a little bit. There's a few hits. What's our odds of seduction? 55% chance. You know what? I don't want to risk that, though. Instead, what I'm going to do is just use my Banefire here. And then we'll get the kill. Perfect. And then we can actually do that as well down here. Very nice. And then get the finish. Perfect. This is actually going extremely well for me. This Shadow Stalker can actually step over and flank these archers. Big damage there, as you saw. We'll actually slip away for the extra health there. Now we're pretty much fully healed again. Those Naga are just incredible with their regrowth capabilities. Alright, Beneaths we can kind of stay... You know, even if we could just get in range to stun or something, wouldn't be so bad. Try and inflict stun with some ranged attacks. Nice, the Naga just doing work again. Excellent. Alright, so now let's kind of see if we can finish things off a little bit here. We'll step right in here, get the kill there. And now, ooh, yeah, you know what? We can get right in there if we wanted, but let's go for the Mounted Archer. Amazing. Absolutely spectacular. Flip away there for the extra health. Try to immolate them because we can. Let's see. Nice, and we stunned them. That's fantastic. Okay, so both of our Shadow Stalkers have already moved. Our Succubus... You know what? We could try and do a seduction here. That's not the worst idea in the world. Got a curse up there. Cadaver can just eat a corpse because why not? Meanwhile, Volinara can kind of just cruise over this way. Firstborn can cruise over. Earth Elemental, same thing. Everybody's just kind of moving on over. Okay. Our turn now. So now let's see if we can get the seduction off. Of course, if we fail it, we're going to be in a situation where we can only use ranged attacks to get the kill, which less than ideal, but let's try it. Ooh, and of course we did fail. That's not good. So, we'll do this. It's fine. Let's see, can we heal anybody else here? Naga are in good shape. Yeah, I think we're good. So, what we'll do here is we will get the kill with Forge Priest. Perfect. All right. Just like that, we were able to kill off Reynald, and right away here we're going to take his throne city. We actually didn't lose a single unit in that battle, so that worked out very, very well for us. Not to mention we have access to his items. What we'll do is we'll move the succubus in and we'll capture the city. So there we are. You captured Reynald Quazarin's city of Rabia Est. Amazing. So just like that, I think, yeah, Reynald is now out of the game. So we've killed him off. City awaits its fate. This is one I think we're going to absorb. Very nice. We'll check out the items in the next episode, but let's just zoom out now that we've eliminated. Yeah, and there it is. Reynald Quazarin is lost. Turn 46, you captured the throne city of Reynald Quazarin, who resided in the Void. Fantastic. As I said, great place to leave the episode. So we're going to save this one here. We're going to call this one episode 21. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.